Brett, I think just about all the leaders we've spoken to today would consider the pandemic to have been one of their greatest challenges, but perhaps none more than you. Looking back, how heavy was the toll, and how did you look after yourself in that very lonely space of leadership?
It was the world, wasn't it, on all of our shoulders. I felt it enormously. I've said it nearly broke me, and it nearly did. I didn't look after myself particularly well at various points, and I think that's a lesson for all of us. It's certainly a lesson for me. I learned to look after myself as we went along, and I think the great lesson I discovered for myself was that being clear about the struggle is an invitation to everyone to give you a hand. Not only that, it's providing explicit permission to everyone to struggle themselves and to say, I can see it and feel it, and I'll be here for you to the extent that I can be. And in that juggernaut of challenge, where the system has no forgiveness in it, it just demands of you. And that's not about individuals failing necessarily, it's a crisis. But in that juggernaut, all we can really give to each other is that invitation to support as best we can as we struggle ourselves. But giving a view to say, I'm a bit broken here, is also important. It's saying, you're okay if you're struggling. You should also ask the people around you to reach out to you and help you if you're struggling. And I got through, and I'm better for it. And post-traumatic growth is part of my journey now. Michael Tedeschi has written some very interesting stuff on post-traumatic growth. So please look into it. It's not to say that trauma is okay. Trauma is not okay if you can avoid it. But if you have been through it, there is a pathway to growth and to being better professionally, personally, spiritually, whatever the case may be.
Who helped you keep it together?
Oh, my wife, unequivocally. I've talked about her as my rock on so many occasions. She was the one who was there on the couch when I would burst into tears. She was the one who would both, give me that psychological kick up the pants to say, you can do this, you are okay, I know you better than yourself. When my internal commentary or my interminable ruminations about decisions made, not made, the tree of possibility, how things would play out, she would be the grounding. And of course, my kids, in that way where kids are just unconditionally loving. They don't have to do anything specifically. They knew there were struggles at various times. They don't have to understand it intellectually. You know, they're 13, 11 and 8 now. But, you know, they know when someone needs a hug, and they were very clear about being supportive. And, you know, I got the little notes thinking of your dad, you're doing a great job.
So nice. And there's nothing as grounding as standing on Lego, is there? When you
No, not at all. So much Lego.